Hey y'all, it's Verge and welcome to another video. Today is a bit of a different video, where I'll be creating 7 outrageous and basically impossible theories related to Bluey, and trying to get people to actually agree with these theories. These theories are really crazy and make absolutely no sense, but my goal is to get at least some people to actually agree with these theories. The goal of this video is to get at least one theory to 100,000 views, and to get a lot of people actually agreeing with these theories. And I'm going to start with probably the least outrageous theory, which is absolutely insane in itself. But before I get into that, please subscribe, as only about 3% of you guys are actually subscribed. So please subscribe, I'd greatly appreciate it. The first theory that I made is probably the least outrageous, and this is just to kind of slowly ease my viewers into the madness that'll happen later. But basically, I made a theory that Jack doesn't even exist and is just Rusty's imaginary friend. Yeah, it gets crazier than this. So to basically summarize this crazy theory, Jack is shown playing cricket with Rusty in the episode Cricket. However, in the episode Fairies, Rusty plays cricket with Lucky, and this obviously means that Lucky is really Rusty's best friend and Jack just doesn't even exist. Yeah, I know, it makes zero sense, especially since Jack wasn't introduced into an army, which is way after Fairies. But we're gonna roll with it. I just made a YouTube short for this theory, and I'm going to post it right now, and we'll see how it does in a few days, so I'll see you then. Jack is actually Rusty's imaginary friend. Jack doesn't actually exist. People theorize he is Rusty's imaginary friend. Alright guys, it's been a few days now, and the short is doing pretty average. For my channel at least. It's at 80,000 views right now, and I already looked at the comments and people are not happy. But here are some of the comments. Fairies came before Jack was introduced. I think I mentioned this at the very beginning of the video when I was explaining that theory, so that's a bit funny. You know that Jack could just be living in a different area. There were a lot of comments about this. Space. Mackenzie holds multiple conversations with Jack. This is another one that I saw a lot in comments, so I just kept replying saying that the entire show is Rusty's imagination. And funny enough, people actually started to spread the same idea. The whole show takes place in Rusty's head. Rusty came up with the story about his father and brother too. Was a creative kid. It should have said sister, by the way. Overall, I'd say this theory was honestly a complete and total failure, which kind of scares me for the next theories I have later on in the video, since they are definitely crazier than this one. But today, I'm going to upload 2 new theories, which are, is pretzel actually a pretzel, and is muffin actually a muffin? I feel like these theories are pretty self-explanatory, but since this is a really difficult one to prove, I stole some images from Bluey Central, their channel is in the description, that were really well made and pretended that they were made by a Ludo animator, so essentially I am completely lying about this theory, but hopefully it somehow works. I'm going to upload these right now and we'll see how they do in a few days. Is Muffin actually a pretzel? Muffin is a recurring character mainly appears in Bluey. 2 episodes. She is the cousin of the main character and Mama Bluey. Alright, so I got some good news and some bad news too. The good news is that the Jack short has reached well over 100,000 views, so we actually broke our first goal of reaching 100,000 views. Also, the pretzel short is doing quite well at 95k views itself. The bad news, however, is that the muffin short absolutely flopped. It's got 25,000 views in a week, and that's pretty bad for my channel. It's literally 10 of 10, so it's my worst performing short right now. But either way, people on both videos were actually acting like this short was real. I'm not sure if they were genuinely believing what I was saying or not, so I guess this marks off my second goal of making people agreeing with me, which means I essentially completed the video. Okay guys, thanks for watching, please subscribe and I'll see you later. Haha, you really thought I was ending the video, didn't you? I still have multiple theories to upload that are straight up unbelievable and kind of funny, but first, let's read some of these comments, starting with the pretzel short. Myth confirmed, pretzel is actually a pretzel, is a canon event. This is unbelievably real. As a person who watches Bluey, I can confirm that pretzel is a pretzel. See, people actually agree with this. Like, how can you deny a dog named Pretzel just secretly being a pretzel? It makes total sense. Next video, is Muffin actually a muffin? This is actually funny because it's true. The next short was, is Muffin actually a muffin? So looking at that short's comments, I subscribe to this theory, TBH. Makes sense. It doesn't make sense. Is Rusty actually Rusty? Is Snickers actually a Snickers? Is Honey actually a Honey? Is Lucky actually a Lucky? Is Buddy actually your buddy? They actually are. Okay, that's enough comments. Let's just go straight into the next theories, which are quite literally just the same type as the pretzel and muffin ones. But this time it involves Calypso being a Calypso and Snickers being a Snickers bar. These ones are a lot more insane just because Calypso can be a lot of different things. I don't think I have to explain this one at all, so I'll just post them right now and we'll see how they do in a few days. Is Calypso actually a Calypso? Calypso is one of Bluey's teacher, and her name is most notable for being a very long life. It's that time again. Let's see how the videos did. Okay, so the Calypso short absolutely flopped. Only 27,000 views in a week, which is quite bad and similar to how the Muffin short did 2 weeks ago. The Snickers short, on the other hand, did a lot better but still not amazing. That's at about 40,000 views in a week, which is something that I can live with. The Jack Theory is now at 170,000 views, so that video is still doing well and is also still getting a ton of hate, while the Pretzel one just reached 100,000 views. Let's read the comments from the Calypso short first, since that one had a lot of info in that short. I say she's actually a music genre. This is a reference to the Calypso music genre, which I mentioned in this short. Next idea, is Bluey related to Blue's Clues? No. As Calypso, I agree with some comments. See, even Calypso admits that she's a Calypso. It all makes sense now. Moving on to the Snickers theory, I can confirm that Snickers is actually a real Snicker. If that dude plays can confirm Snickers is a Snicker, then I guess he actually is. I see Snickers as the one true long dog. Glad I'm not the only one who thought about this. That means I was eating him? Well, I think that's a great comment to end this theory off on. Let's just jump straight into the next theory, which is definitely the wildest one yet, and that is Bluey actually Greenie? If you're confused, Greenie is a balloon shown in the episode Mum School, where Bluey pretends to be a parent to a bunch of balloons. Basically, I made this outrageous theory and then photoshopped this image by just swapping the colors between the two, and it made this horrifyingly cursed image, which I pretended was a real secret screenshot from the episode. That's really the main gist to it, and I'm honestly really curious to see what people think of this, since it's a little bit different from the other theories I've already made. So I'm going to post this right now, and I'll see you all in a week. Bluey is actually Greenie. If you didn't know, Greenie is a character in the Bluey episode titled Mum School. Hey, if you made it this far, please subscribe, as I'm trying to reach 60,000 subscribers soon, and that would help me out a ton. Thanks! Okay, it's been a little over a week at this point, and the Greenie video actually did quite well. Currently, it's sitting at 66,000 views in about a week, which is definitely an improvement from last week. I am actually surprised because I didn't expect this theory to do well since it is pretty crazy, but it's gotten a good amount of support too. It all makes sense now. It really does, doesn't it? This answers every single question I had about the Bluey lore. This actually makes sense. See, it makes sense. People actually agree. Wow, I never thought about that. There's a ton more comments like these that really just showed the amount of support this awful theory has actually accumulated. Considering how well this theory did, I'm actually quite excited for my next theory, which will definitely be crazier than anything we have talked about before, and that is Wynton actually Rubble from Paw Patrol? Yep, I'm making a theory about Paw Patrol. Basically, I'm going to try to convince the viewers that Wynton is Rubble, since they're both English bulldogs. This will definitely be my most challenging theory to prove so far, but hey, maybe I'll get support, or I'll just get bashed in the comments like the Jack theory, which by the way, has just reached 200,000 views, which is absolutely incredible. But anyways, I'm going to post this right now, and I'll see you all soon for the final theory, which you definitely don't want to miss. Wynton is actually Rubble. Wynton and Rubble are the same person. They're both English bulldogs and they both speak English. They're both also a part of... Not gonna lie, you might want to miss it because this Wynton theory did absolute trash. I let it run for over a week and it only got to 16,000 views. That's worse than the Muffin theory at the very beginning of the video. And it doesn't even have 1,000 likes. This video got such a low view count that there is barely even any good comments to look at, but here are a few. The crossover that no one wanted, but everyone needed. A Bluey Paw Patrol crossover would go crazy, not gonna lie. I know he doesn't live with my mom. Another clue leading up to this point. This is very true. Wynton said this in the episode Helicopter. I know he doesn't live with my mom! But I honestly completely forgot about that when I was coming up with these theories. What? Wynton is Rubble, so who is Chase? Chase would be Gruber since they're both German Shepherds, and honestly I can make a more accurate portrayal of Gruber being Chase, but I just feel like Gruber is too obscure of a character. Anyways, while no one was up for the Paw Patrol theory, I decided that for my final theory, I go out with a huge bang and make up a truly crazy and awful theory, which is Muffin actually Dr. Doofenshmirtz from Phineas and Ferb? Don't even ask how I came up with this. Anyways, I base this theory off the fact that they both have the color white in their character designs, and that Muffin is a word derived from German, and Doofenshmirtz has a German accent. But either way, it makes zero sense, just because Doofenshmirtz is a male and way older than Muffin, who is a girl. But anyways, I'm going to post this right now, and let's just pray it doesn't flop like the Wynton one. Muffin is actually Dr. Doofenshmirtz. These characters are the same person, and this is proven in many ways. They're both similar colors. It flopped like the Winton one. It got 16,000 views, the exact same view count, and the comments aren't great once again, but I'll read them real quick. Bro is turning into MatPat. Yeah, I think I am at this point. Doofenshmirtz died and reincarnated as Muffin in a parallel universe. Someone needs to hire this guy, he'd be a great writer for Bluey, I'm not even gonna lie. What's next? Bingo is actually a bingo board? Yes, and Bluey is a blue new. Okay, so this was kind of an anticlimactic ending, so I'll read some comments that I thought were some of the best. So you're telling me that Lucky is so forgettable, Rusty would rather imagine Lucky as an actual good character. Life is Bluey. Bro's April fooling at the wrong time. When Muffin grew up, she decided to conduct experiments to transform dogs into humans. Unfortunately, after the nuclear disaster, Muffin was injured and connected to a machine that kept her alive. But as it turned out, Muffin had only a few days left, so she was desperate and decided to turn into a human. Unfortunately, due to an error in Muffin's calculations, she caused a time paradox and she moved into the future. I thought he was a dog. You can't keep getting away with this. Calypso is everything. Jesus, at this point, all the characters are food. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you all later.